My name is Arnie Cinta from AudiogoN.com, and I'm here with Ingvar Öhman, the designer for Guru Pro audio speakers. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell us how you got started in the audio universe.
Depends on how early you want me to start. The
How about the beginning?
I love to listen to music. My parents had a AM radio called Grundish with a green light on the scales. And I used to listen to mostly classical music in this radio, and I had a rug, reasonably sized rug, and I had it over myself and the radio because I wanted to take away like the room around us, and I could just dive into the music.
How old were you?
I think I was 3 years old.
3?
Yeah, something like
Okay.
that. I made a FM stereo design radio at the time.
This was a kit you purchased? Or?
No, from scratch.
From scratch?
Yes.
How old were you?
Actually, I was 7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Yeah. So I did a small 3-way system, 10-inch woofer, 5-inch mid-range, and a 1-inch tweeter, which actually looked quite similar to the Barbara Wilkins 801 that came 7 years later, I think.
7 years later? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Bass box, top of that head that could be twisted, with the 5-inch and the 1-inch. The 1-inch was actually tilted upwards a little bit.
Now, how old were you again at this stage?
At this stage, I must have been 11, 12. But the studies that I did myself, my conclusion was that you can cross over at somewhere between 75 and 80 hertz and it'll work fine, but not lower and not higher than that. It all ended up with the report written by the Swedish radio regarding this crossover, and a recommendation of having the crossover, I think, at 80 hertz. As I've heard it, it's kind of interesting because I've heard that Tomlinson Holman at THX, actually, he has written that he only looked at the report from the Swedish radio.
So that's the 80 hertz recommendation
Yeah.
from THX.
Yes, it was clear to me that I cannot trust information that I could read in the books regarding
Okay.
human hearing, because it simply wasn't true. The whole thing ended up with us agreeing that we should start an institution for human hearing research. So after a couple of months, without finding a good loudspeaker, we changed direction on this project to actually make a loudspeaker for the study instead. There were 3 pairs made because we were at 3 different places when we did the studies, and we really didn't play any music on the loudspeakers because to me it was just a tool.
Okay.
After a while, people they started to bring records.
Oh, I
So
see.
in the breaks, they played music.
Okay.
And they wanted to buy the loudspeakers, even though it was just a tool for this research project. I made a few pairs, and then it just exploded. The interest was much too big. So
So you started building a backlog of orders?
yes, to say the least. The waiting time has been between 1 and 3 years.
1 to 3 years?
Yeah. But I've been very impressed in people's patience.
I guess, 1 to 3 years.
Yeah, and since I wanted to turn down the interest because of this problem.
Oh, I see.
I've been trying to be very hard to reach also, and I'm trying to make it very difficult to order loudspeakers.
I see.
And so the rules has been that you have to come to Sweden and listen to the speakers, and you have to let me speak right like 8 hours in a row. Before you can even dream about ordering anything, you have to come.
Go through that, okay.
Yeah, because I don't want anyone to own the speakers without knowing what they are.
Okay.
That was my general idea. And actually, people have been coming to Sweden from Australia to
Wow.
listen to the loudspeaker, and then they go home. They come back a couple of years later to get loudspeakers. I don't send any loudspeakers either.
You will not ship?
No.
You have to fly again to pick them up?
Yes, you have to pick them up yourself. I mean, a lot of people has complained many years that this is really not a friendly way of handling this operation because there are so many people who want a loudspeaker and they just can't get because it's so difficult. Then we started to involve more people. As I said, both Eric and me are far too insane and uncontrolled to be responsible for things like this. Everything happened very fast. Actually, very fast compared to my rate of doing things, at least. So people are waiting all of the
Alright.
road for them, but we will produce them.
Okay,
It will be.
okay.
Generally, my idea is that a subjective viewpoint to making loudspeakers is as dangerous as an objective viewpoint.
Hmm.
I like the word sweet, but I don't like the word spot.
No? Okay, okay. And the port, is that, it looks like the traditional transmission line type of port.
Yeah, but it isn't.
No?
It's basically a Helmholtz resonator. But typically in the
Okay.
room, you will reach down to 30 hertz.
Okay.
Which of course is very, very low for such a small
Such a
speaker.
small speaker, yes, and such a small woofer.
Yeah.
No,
4-inch membrane.
Wow.
Active diameter is 4-inch.
wow, okay. And you're not a proponent of bi-wiring? Or bi-amping?
Oh, no, I don't want
No?
that. I don't want different input signals to different drivers. I want
Mhm.
exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
So I can't have
Okay.
any bi-wiring.
Okay.
Actually, I think that bi-wire means buy more wire. I think it's a sales trick.
So, it has been absolutely fascinating, and I want to thank you very much for your time and effort to come here.